Director of Corporate Education Solutions here at the Alliance, and I'm excited that you're joining us today. I have with me the most incredible coach, McKeen, and we are thrilled to be here together to talk about an exciting opportunity for those of us that are interested in elevating our career in insurance and sales. The program is called the Dynamics Producer Coaching Program from Risk and Education. Hi, Meg.
Debbie,
How are you?
hi. It's so
How
fun
are
to be
you?
here and have this experience with you this afternoon. Thanks for having me.
I'm glad you're here with us today. So tell us about the Dynamics of Producer Coaching Program.
I love this program. I'm super proud of it and the partnership that we've developed over the last couple years as we make it happen for even more producers in each cohort. But the program came from producers. It came from really understanding what the needs are that we have on a day-to-day basis to keep growing and learning and developing in our sales practice. And so that's exactly what we do in our time together.
That's awesome. So why would someone choose this particular program? What would drive them?
Yeah, so the program provides all sorts of goodies, right? Every program does. But what I really love about our program in particular is this blend of personal and professional development that it provides. And so coaching is at the core. I am, surprise, your coach. I've continue to be a licensed insurance agent and have been actively producing as a part of my career. And so I've been where the producers are, and I bring that experience with me in each of our sessions. And we're also bringing new ideas, new concepts, challenging some of the status quo. We like to do things the way we've always done things in our industry. And so in many cases, those things don't serve us anymore and they don't serve our customers. And so we challenge those ideas. I love the community that we create within the cohort. We're strangers on day one. I like to think we're friends and colleagues on the very last day when we part ways and take our learning and connection out there into the wider world. And one of the components of the program that I think we often overlook, frankly, when we're talking about it is the accountability that it provides. So by coming back to the same place week after week over the course of 4 weeks, you get to set small attainable goals for yourself. And then you've got this whole team of people around you cheering you on and celebrating for you or commiserating with you if you didn't hit that goal. And life happens, and we hold space for all of those experiences along the way.
And with a different community in every cohort, you get a little bit different from every group, right? They're not all the same.
You do. Yeah. And that's the beauty of the group. And it's also my role as the facilitator is to really understand what the group dynamic is and to make sure that I meet each individual that's participating exactly where they are. And so it is very common for us to see a producer with 2 years of experience, maybe early 20s, maybe infant baby at home or a new mortgage to pay. And then also what I like to call a seasoned producer who's maybe 25 years in to their sales career. Their book of business is built, so to speak. It's healthy and it's thriving, but maybe they're feeling a little disconnected from their work. And so both of those things can happen in the same place. And the way that we get to share those experiences and support each other on our own individual growth and development, it's really neat when it comes together.
Awesome. I have found through my 30-something, a lot of years in my insurance career, the most I've learned is from other people. You know, I mean, that is the way that we can learn. And by pulling this little group together with all these different experience levels, I can see how it would create a community of its own and really just being an incredible experience. Do you have any success stories? Do most people stay in touch after the cohort, or do you stay in touch?
They do. And it makes my little heart smile when I'm out on social media and I see a prior cohort participant checking in with another these are connections that I think the Alliance is really good at creating these spaces when we're doing CIC updates and other programs. This one's a little different because we do spend this very intense amount of time together And there's an ask that we're somewhat vulnerable and that we really show up
Yeah.
open to learning and frankly open to sharing maybe some of the things that aren't going super great in our lives.
Mhm.
And I know from personal experience, and obviously the proof is in the pudding, here we are doing another cohort of producer coaching. When
Mhm.
you're willing to show up and show those sides of yourself and other people meet you there, you want to keep in touch with
Oh,
folks. And so it is just so neat to see the producers that have been through the program continue to nurture those relationships. And I always like to say, and this is not a recruiting platform. We don't
mm,
allow that in this program, but you don't ever know. It is possible you could meet someone in this program that could be your future partner in a new agency or your next boss or your next hire. You just don't know what could happen. These are career-long relationships that we're building in many cases.
absolutely. That's one piece of advice I've passed down to everyone. Never burn bridges because you never know where people are going to turn up. This is a small, small insurance
It's
world.
a big, small industry. I say that all the time. You're absolutely right.
It totally is. We have a question that popped up.
Yeah, great.
Can you explain how the peer group interactions work within the program?
Yeah, perfect. I love this. So, twofold. Number one is in our live coaching session. So, we meet for 2 hours. The first hour of our time together is more probably traditional of what you see in an alliance program. So, I'm leading the group on a particular topic, and we've got the agenda for everybody to preview if they'd like to see the kinds of things that we'll be digging into. And then the second hour of each session is for that peer-to-peer interaction and also where I jump in as the coach. So that's the
Mhm.
time when a producer can bring a real-time challenge to the table. This one comes up in every cohort. I just have to give you this example. They've got a prospect, had a
Yeah.
good first meeting, sent a follow-up, no response, sent a follow-up, no response. Then they come to the group and they say, what do I do now? Some people would say, send the email. Some people would say, read the room. Enough is enough.
Right.
Everybody's going to have a different opinion. And the beautiful thing about getting multiple opinions from people is you're going to know pretty quickly which one feels right to you and which
Mhm.
one is the no way, I would never do that before. Of course, or I would never do that. I'm going to weigh in, of course, as the coach with my professional opinion, with my experience. But the beautiful thing is we all have our own unique way to do what it is we're trying to do. And there's so much that we can learn from each other in spaces like this. Part two is the online community. So, in between our sessions, we have a digital platform, if you will, where participants in the cohort can communicate with each other, can share those, hey, had a great first meeting, just wanted to tell someone, and also ask questions. I'm walking into a prospect meeting and I can't remember how to explain the difference between claims made and occurrence liability coverage. And
Panic,
while we, yeah,
panic.
this is not a technical program. I want to make sure we understand we're not doing coverage training here, but there is so much knowledge in this space that we're there to help and support in those moments. So it's really neat to see how the conversation develops in the community as well.
That's really, really cool. We have another question. Thanks, James, too, for that first question. That was awesome. Can you describe the topics that you cover during the cohort?
Yeah. So again, I would take a peek at the agenda. We've got each week outlined, but a couple themes that seem to resonate each time. We're going to start off by really getting to know your unique sales process. And it's okay if you don't have one. And it's also okay if you have one and it's not working for you. So we want to really understand where you are and then start to layer on top of that some ideas and techniques maybe that can get you a little bit further faster, which I love. We're going to talk about your interpersonal relationships with your colleagues, with your teammates, with your carriers. If you're not a captive agent, but you're independent and you're working with multiple companies, those are really important key relationships for you. We're
Absolutely.
going to move into topics like time management, which I laugh
Mm,
because we can't manage time. We can only manage what we do within the time that we have. But most producers in some form or fashion can use a little lift when it comes to how they're spending their time. And then I love the last session that we're together. It is a little bit like camp coming to a close, to be honest, when we're winding down in our time together. But we're going to take a 10,000 foot look at your book of business and make sure that you're running it like a CEO. You may not be the CEO of your territory, but are you
Mhm.
shifting away from that? Every piece of business is good business and I'll deal with it later if I let a crummy one in the door? Or are you really making decisions from a really empowered place about the profitability and the viability of your book of business? We want to make sure that at the end of the day, this is so in accordance with what the Alliance does as an organization, is that we are helping the most professional producers to be their most authentic and professional selves.
Absolutely. I love that. I love everything you said. That's exciting. So, does anybody else have any questions? I'd love to open it up, and just remember, always remember, and I've told this so many times, that the best investment that you can make is in yourself. So, oh, here's a question. I love hearing real world stories and experiences when I learn. Do you incorporate that in your course?
Oh,
Thanks, Kayla.
that's great. I love that question.
Megan.
Anybody that knows me knows I love a good story, and I'm always happy to go first. And so I absolutely weave my own experiences through, and I've been this is my 25th year in the industry, and I've spent time on both the carrier side and the agency side, and now as a consultant. And so I've seen a lot. I haven't seen it all, but I've seen a
Yeah.
lot. And so absolutely, those stories really help to drive home the concepts that we talk about. And the other part of it is I want to hear your stories. Tell me a time when you did the thing that we're talking about doing and it worked, or tell me about a time that it didn't. And let's talk about a way that we might get you a different outcome the next time. I love a story. And I do think, particularly in our business, stories help connect those dots for our customers
Absolutely.
too.
Absolutely. Stories are everything. We've all got success stories and failures. Both of them you learn from, right? Do we have any more questions coming in? Let's look. I don't see any.
I don't
So,
either.
anything else that you want to cover that we haven't gotten to?
No, just maybe, well, I said no and now I'm talking. So I back, yes, there is more. I
Yeah.
want to make sure that folks understand we'll have the link for you down below. We get started
Yes.
on October 8th. We meet
Yes.
in the afternoons on Mondays for 4 weeks. And the page where you can go to register has all sorts of extra FAQs, all sorts of information about the
Mhm.
program. So if you have any questions beyond that, Debbie, why don't you fill us in and let us know where people
Sure.
could direct those?
Sure, absolutely. So you can head right on over to our website at riskeducation.org. I'm looking at my script here, like I'm using it, but I know our website. You'll find more information. But if you want to reach out to us and have a consultation just to make sure this is the right program for you, feel free. And if you sign up today, you're going to get an exclusive bonus that will kickstart your journey in the program. So I'm excited about that. We have another question, so you can't leave yet, Meg. Is
Okay,
this
I'll hang out.
appropriate?
Yeah, I love this.
Good,
I'm
good.
happy to talk about Dynamics producer coaching all
All
afternoon.
right. Well,
Don't you worry about it.
I'll clear my calendar. We're good. Is
Aw.
this appropriate for individuals or only, or teams? This sounds great for my entire sales team. It's amazing for your entire sales team, Jenny. Tell
Yeah.
her.
Yeah. So typically the program it's usually individuals that sign up. We would love to work with you to bring the program into your own team within your organization. The benefit there is we get to really customize the things we talk about. So we spend time planning and really understanding your sales approach, and every agency is different. And so we want to understand what's unique to your team. And yeah, so we'd love to have those conversations. In this program, it's typically an individual, maybe or two from the same agency.
Yeah, that'd be great. I think it'd be fantastic to do it for an individual agency. This would have
Same.
been fantastic for me.
Yeah.
So I don't think there's anything we haven't covered, but truly, if you want to reach out to me or somebody else on our corporate education solutions team, feel free. We'd be happy to chat with you more. I think Meg covered it pretty much. And there's a link on our website that covers everything else. www.riskinsurance riskeducation.org. still want to give them our old website, you
I
know?
just say the Alliance, right? Because I get it wrong every time I try. Yep.
Well, I say the Alliance all the time. I just don't say the National Alliance.
Debbie, you're great. I can't wait to get started, and I hope that this is the conversation that gets people over to sign up, because it
I hope so.
really is. It's a beautiful experience, and it's made beautiful by the people that show up. So I
Absolutely.
really hope people take the initiative and register.
Yeah, I mean, it's truly a great experience, and I love every time I spend with you. So I am sure 4 weeks with you would be pretty incredible. So thank you, Meg. We
Thank you,
appreciate
Debbie.
all you do for the Alliance. We really
Likewise.
do. Thank you. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us today. We really, really appreciate it. And if you have any questions, just reach out. We'll be happy to chat more. All right. Thank you.